And this is how it works when crossing a border doesn't feel like a crime. You leave school at 18 and you go 2 months without a job. Não é fácil. Your uncle, o tio, knows a baker owner in your hometown. Your mother is great in the kitchen. Her caldo verde is the very best. Friends go to her for ingredients. And working at the bakery is more her dream than yours, but hey, she's mom, you take the job. The owner simply says, do everything I tell you. Mesmo assim. It's the summer of 2012. You go 6 hard months learning the ropes. Não é fácil. You've no culinary qualifications, but you're a quick study. Até é divertido. Learning all the techniques pikes your curiosity. One day the boss is sick, so you turn up early, as always, and do the best you can by memory, copying the things you've seen him make. The pastries in the counter that day might not have looked as good as his, but everyone tells you they taste just fine. Tenho a certeza que sim. Then you take over baking full-time. You're nervous, but the opportunity is irresistible. For 3 years, you bake for your hometown. At Christmas, you bake bolo rei for households all over, todo o país, working from morning of the 23rd right through Christmas Eve. É cansativo. Then Australia beckons. You and your girlfriend come to Brisbane to study English. É assim que se aprende, but any language is learned outside the classroom as well as in. You watch a lot of films to hone your words. In the movie, they never say, I have, like the textbooks. They say, I got. And sometimes you feel you'll never understand when English speakers say do and did or why. You get work as a kitchen hand, and there's an even more obscure language to be learned. Eggs going up, eggs going down, eggs on the pass. Quem consegue aprender? You never heard any of that at the movies. Nunca vi nada assim. Another chef leaves, and once again, you move up the food chain. You learn more in 2 weeks than you had in all the months leading up to it. As a baker, you could prepare the day before, do most of your work before opening the shop. In a restaurant, everything is done in the moment. Último minuto. The stress and excitement is relentless. Até é divertido. You meet a fellow countryman who has been doing accounts for the mines. There is a business opportunity. Pastries from your homeland. Tudo lá da terra. You find a kitchen at Wandering Cooks you can use in the night, and you work your way up to a market stall at Brisbane Square, Wednesdays, in the heart of the city, lá na Baixa. E também faz algumas coisas fora da Baixa, the suburban stints on the weekends. You start work an hour before midnight, mixing custard and readying the pastry. You've taught your partner to help out with the basic tasks. Não podes fazer tudo sozinho. So much of the baking is about the preparation. You try to have a routine, get up as early as you can on Tuesday morning, exercise, do your chores, then sleep for 5 hours in the early evening. But the truth is, you just don't sleep sometimes. The hard part is when your girlfriend stays on the couch and you have to slope off to an early bed. Quem quer ir para a cama com o Vitinho? You and your business partner work hard to find the right recipes. Australians go wild for the traditional custard tarts, but some of the other pastries, quem sabe o palmia coberto? Maybe even some of the ones you prefer are still too unfamiliar. Palermas. You pick the brains of your girlfriend's sister, a nutritionist, and your sister, a nurse, for healthy food options. Saudável. You make cheeky Aussie riffs on the traditional baking, like a bacon and egg pastel. Neighbors and colleagues and the people in adjoining kitchens become guinea pigs as you calibrate for this kind of palate. Even the climate has an impact. Butter softens fast in the subtropical summer, but the dough is affected by humidity. You fuss over ingredients to make sure they meet the standards you'd expect lá na terra, back home. You keep the buckets of custard in a cold store 10 meters down the corridor and ferry them across to the kitchen. Each batch takes 4 or 5 hours. You miss the oven back home, in which it only took 2. You Skype with your mother across the time zones. Olá, mãe! She keeps you company when the building is quiet and the doors bang in the night breeze. Around 4 o'clock in the morning, your partner arrives with a van. Sometimes, if you finish early and get the kitchen clean, you can snatch a 10-minute snooze on the sofa at Wandering Cooks. Ai, aquela cesta. Baking is easy. Set up for the markets, that's hard. After hours in the kitchen, you drive across the bridge to Brisbane Square, até à Baixa. There's a well-established routine there. Large, jovial men banter loudly, swear, laugh, get the vans in and out as swiftly as possible. Some of them use those batons like airport ground crew to guide the vehicles rolling between the stalls. É uma confusão por ali, o que é? Mas tudo organizado. You pop up a marquee as quick as you can. The music of Manu Chao drifts across from the Brazilians next door. You even laugh with your neighbors. Tudo a rir, amigo, tudo a rir. Sometimes talk here turns to fish instead of cakes. Australians think they have the best seafood in the world, sabem lá eles, but they don't know the riches of the Atlantic. It's a matter of national pride to enlighten them. Alguém tem que fazer isso. Meanwhile, the market manager is playing Pokemon in between barking out orders to the stall holders. Your partner goes to him. I can finish putting this up myself, mas é mais fácil a dois. It's easier with two. He can go home to sleep if you don't mind helping. The manager stops hunting Pokemon. Sure. The marquee goes up. Discover Portugal. Lisbon to Brisbane. You take the van away. It's pushing 6 a.m. Time for bed, finalmente. 18,000 kilometers from home. Longe de casa, huh? Australia is good for you. É bom aqui. You can find out more about Brisbane's Café Lisboa via their Instagram account.